Welcome to Van Tate's Sports Office, an in-depth look at the world of sports, featuring exclusive interviews with our KRQE News Sports Director, Van Tate, sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook at Route 66 Casino.
Time to talk football on the Sports Office. Why? Because got a special guest. He brought his son. You might know that name, Robin Cole. Man, first round draft pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 1977. His son, Dr. Robin Cole Jr. Guys, thank you all for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, and so when you're out there with your dad, man, is it always like, I want to talk to your dad, and it's just because I mean this guy has his reputation precedes him. He's the man.
Correct. And I haven't been here in Albuquerque since I was like a little kid, and I kind of barely remember it. And I've been in my career, I'm all over the country, and I told Dad, I said I haven't been to Albuquerque since I was a little kid. And since I've been here this weekend, him going to the game, the festivities, I said, you get a lot of love in Albuquerque. I said, I know he always talks about, I love Albuquerque. I want to go. I said, you the man out here, for real.
Yeah, he is, man. And then, Robin, with all your accolades and all that two-time Super Bowl champion, even before you left here, All-American, and then, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, just everything that you've done in your football career. A member of the Steel Curtain defense, that's really important. People need to know that if they want to set it up with a time. Do you find yourself always being stopped and all that stuff, or has it died down as the years gone by?
It dies down as the years, and it all depends on where you are. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people don't remember you. If you're not around all the time, they don't remember you.
Yeah.
It's just like graduating from high school, and then all of a sudden you haven't been around for 15 years. They don't remember you when you left. Now you go back, nobody knows who you are, and then they look different too. As you get older, and so no, it's really not like that. But when I see people. I love people. I love to indulge a lot of times with people or smile and talk and say hi. And so I kind of like, knock the edge off when I'm out and about with people. I love it.
The 2 Super Bowls, which one was the most special to you?
They both were special, okay? Yeah. They really were. Super Bowl 13 was the first one. And a challenge happened to me at Super Bowl 13 that even some of the players wasn't aware of in the beginning. But, I mean, Super Bowl 13, I was the starter at right outside linebacker. And 5 minutes before we went back on the field for a kickoff, I got called to the side by one of my coaches and said, hey, Robin, we're not going to start you because we owe it to another guy. And that's what happened in Super Bowl 13. And I stood on the sideline. He said, you're going to play the most of the game, but, we're going to start this other guy. And so I for years, I used to wonder about that. Well, what really happened? Yeah. Okay, and then I heard some hearsay about, some guys missed curfew or something like that. I said, look, they came by the room. I was there for curfew. So why is this happening? Wow. And I realized it was about something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
About something else you said, and that's where you could leave.
Well, it really didn't. Just share the story. It was really about a newspaper clipping that came out at my rookie year when I got drafted, and I talked about the teams that I liked. And Chuck Noll was in court with Al Davis at the time, which was the owner of the Oakland Raiders. And I just spoke about, I was asked a question. I had to like some teams in California because I had spoke about other teams. And then this guy by the name of Myron Cope, everybody knows Myron Cope because he's the one that created the terrible towel. The gold towel, which they now have. There's 44 different terrible towels now, and he still raises money for the charity that he started it for, which was his daughter was a part of that. His daughter passed away, but he continues to raise money for that charity. And he said, Robin and Cole, and that's the way he spoke. You're from California, aren't you? I said, yeah, I'm from California. Now, I'm in a dormitory room here in New Mexico. Okay, this is draft day. This is 10 minutes after I got drafted.
Right.
Okay. The media had came. Okay. A couple of guys came from the media and also radio, and they had my phone wired. So they heard the first telephone call came in. They heard the first telephone call. Coach, this is a coach from the Pittsburgh Steelers, the linebacker coach. He said, my name is Woody Woodenhofer. Robin Cole, blah, blah, will you play for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Yeah, I'm excited. I'll play for anybody. He said, stay on the telephone 5 minutes. Our draft time comes up. Okay, and we're gonna draft you in the first round. I said, super good, and it was on. You know, we were taping it.
Yeah.
And I heard them say, the Pittsburgh Steelers draft in the first round a young man from the University of New Mexico, Lobos, Robin Cole. You know, and we were just us in the little the dormitory room. Yeah. You know, and unlike it the way it is today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a real,
Right.
It's
I mean,
production.
a real deal. It's a real production, which we were part of helping create that.
Yeah.
Okay. But he says, and so from there, he says, we're going to plug you into the media in Pittsburgh, and a bunch of these guys are going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So I'm excited as a young man. Okay. Yeah. So right away, someone, hey, you're from, what do you think about this? And I'm just, oh, man, I'm excited about this, blah, 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 blah. And this guy, Myron Cope, finally comes on the line about 20 minutes into it, 15 to 20 minutes into this thing. And he says, Robin Cole, you're from California, aren't you? I said, yes, I'm from California. He said, you mean to tell me you didn't like any teams in California? I said, well, yeah. When I was in high school, I liked the Oakland Raiders.
Uh-oh.
He said, Oakland Raiders? I said, yeah. I was like, you don't mean to tell me you don't know about the Oakland Raiders? I'm thinking, well, let me tell you about the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, man.
So I said, yeah, the Oakland Raiders. Well, who do you like on the Oakland Raiders? I said, well, I like their play. What do you like? You like about? I said, well, I like Jack Tatum and Atkinson and Systrom.
Right.
Shoot, man.
He held that against you?
I got the Pittsburgh in that newspaper. It's the whole sports page was all about me in that interview. And what I said, it said in bold black letters, Atkinson, Tatum, Cole's heroes. They chopped me up like I don't know what.
Man, that's so messed up.
I got a screenshot as a cover.
I flew into Pittsburgh, walked into the office all excited. This is Pittsburgh. This is, walked in there, walked over to the reception area. When I first walked in, there's a big mural, behind her of the Oakland Raiders and Pittsburgh Steelers goal line.
Oh.
Huge, clinging, still curving against the gray. Oh, yeah. I stick my arm out to reach. I said, smiling with my teeth, showing my teeth in there. Hi, I'm Robin Cole. She reached up, started to reach up, and she pulled her hand down. She leaned back. She said, oh, you that kid that's doing all that talking. I said, doing all what talking?
Man.
I said, what are you talking about, ma'am? She said, oh, you haven't read the newspaper? I said, ma'am, I just came in from New Mexico. And I looked at her, and I thought about it, and I said, do you know where New Mexico is? She said, somewhere in Mexico. I said, well, that's how much you know. I said, because most people, that's what it is.
You knew you were dealing with ignorance. Yeah.
And so now I'm thinking about her from her. That's the first introduction of anybody in Pittsburgh. Now I'm thinking about her and said, okay, now if you got that screwed up, I wonder how screwed up that paper was.
Yeah, man.
She said, well, I'll find. She said, have a seat. I'll find a newspaper for you. Did not shake my hand.
That's unbelievable.
Loved me from there.
Until you left.
The time she was gone. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you was this and I thought you that.
Man, that's just so messed up.
You knew nothing about me. But Chuck was in court with Al Davis at the time. That's when the criminal element came out. They talked about this criminal element, how players were hitting guys when turn their heads. And Oakland Raiders did a lot of that. They said the Steelers were doing that. You got guys worked up. And then they got to the conversation with them that so much was said that Gene Atkinson was suing Chuck Noll. Chuck Noll had shared some things about Mel Blount, and he said a couple of things about his player too. And Mel Blount now was suing Chuck Noll.
Oh, wow.
So now I come in, and I'm not part of these suits or anything else that was going on.
But it's nasty.
But because the media jumped on this so bad, that it was like he thought that I was trying to stick a knife in his back or jab him a little bit or something, because it was not good. My first introduction when I met Chuck Noll, shook his hands. She said, the coach is ready. I started to walk back to the locker room, not the locker room, walk back to his office. He was standing there, shook his hand. He looked at me, smiled at me. I smiled at him. He turned his head and walked. He said, follow me. I walk in his office, and when he got to his desk, he turned around and looked at me. It was almost like he went from Mr. Hyde to Dr. Jekyll.
Oh no, man! That's your first experience. God,
He said, "Have a
man.
seat." I sat down. He stood up over me. He said, "Robin Cole, I'm gonna tell you one thing right now." He said, "Those people aren't your friends."
Wow.
And I didn't know what people he was talking about. I thought he was talking about the people on the other side.
Yeah.
He was talking about the media, but I thought he was talking about the ownership. I said, "Oh, he's letting me know that I'm not gonna get a good deal."
Well, oh man.
So that's what I'm thinking. I said, "Well, no people are because the whole office was divided. If you walk to the right, there's
Man,
the football
that's
coaches
crazy.
in the
That's
field."
your first experience.
Yeah,
That's
that was my first experience.
nuts. The conversation is just getting started. We have more on the other side.
And I found out, and I was working around the community, worked with the March of Dimes, working with these people. And Coach used to come every once in a while. He would come in a meeting on a Friday and say, some of you guys seem like you have other things to do. If you don't want to play football, you want to get into your life's work, just get into your life's work. And I always thought he was talking to somebody else because I did my job.
Yeah.
Okay. But as I got older, I realized he was talking about me.
Oh man.
Because I was the one that was, when I first got to Pittsburgh, I became campaign chairperson for the March of Dimes. Man, I had posters all around the city with the
That's good. You were in the community.
Okay. Then I went from there to the American Heart Association. It seemed like my head coach didn't care for that kind of stuff.
Man,
even though they were trying to tell people to get in the community to do things. But I was taught that here. That started here. I was taught that by a guy here in Albuquerque. And the guy's name was John Stilecki, Big John Stilecki.
Okay.
He told me, he said, when you get to Pittsburgh, get involved in a charity, get
That's
involved in
good,
the community,
man.
and learn about the people.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. But it just didn't, it rubbed. It didn't rub them good.
Now, is some of this stuff in the book that you and
Not that. That's
Dr.
volume
Robert?
2.
Okay. What's in
Those stories.
tell us what's in this book.
So, some of it is in the book because this book is.
Oh, let's tell them what the book is.
Yeah.
This is lessons from behind the steel curtain. That's okay. From behind the steel curtain. Okay, which is interesting. Tell us.
Yeah, lessons from behind the steel curtain. So I've always really wanted to do something with my dad, in an endeavor. And, I currently am the Vice President of Economic Workforce Development and Career Technical Education for Monroe Community College in Rochester, New York. I've worked in economic workforce development all over Memphis, Louisiana, Vice Chancellor, Florida. And so when we started to talk about possibly doing a book, he started telling the stories. I was like, okay, let me link this. It's kind of hard to put stories on paper, the way he tells the stories.
Right.
I said, that may be your podcast or something.
He's good, man. He had me. I was intrigued, man. I was like,
it is. So what I did though is I started to think more about it. I said, you worked for a successful worldwide brand. The Steelers are a brand, just like Walmart, JP Morgan, Costco, whatever. I said, so what are some of those lessons? And lessons behind the steel curtain, as you know, the steel curtain was the defensive line, and being a linebacker, he was behind them.
Right.
So I took that metaphor and I made that connection.
Yeah.
And then I started to write about just lessons that are for leadership, cultural alignment, being intentional in what you're doing. Yeah. And the book starts, really, I talk about how Chuck Noll, he identified that, hey, I had my system and I identified just the players that fit my system. And sometimes you do that in leadership and team building, okay, and in culture. It's like, what is the culture? You build it and you have people that fit that culture. So some of that is in the book. I talk about the Steelers and the steel curtain and the errors. And I have other quotes from other players. And like Troy Polamalu even, he said he went to the Steelers, he learned how to listen. And when you go into an organization, learn how to listen and being a part and growing. There's other lessons in a creative duplication that I got from my dad. And it's about, he said, when you're a player sometimes, they tell you, hey, do this. This is the play. This is the technique. But when those players like my dad that are special, that can make it a little bit extra, that can do that spin, that can make a play, make a turnover, that's okay. You're taking something that you learned, but then how do you build upon it? Right. So that's what the book is about. It's about lessons that really are about leadership, organizations, with companies, families, communities, and building upon that. And some of the different aspects that I've learned in my leadership and things I've learned from my father. So lessons from behind the steel curtain on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited as well.
Man, that's
me pumped up. I'm ready to go.
That's actually pretty cool, man. And Stay with us. More conversation on the other side.
We'll get back to the episode in a moment. Monica Wicki here, host of New Mexico Living. I wanted to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Route 66 Casino and Caesars Sportsbook. If you love sports and like having a little action on the game, Caesars Sportsbook is your go-to destination. For rewards and more info, go to Route66Casino.com. Now back to the episode.
You know, I was looking up some stuff on you before you guys got here, and I saw cheesecake. Mm-hmm. And man, when I hear cheesecake, man, you got my full attention.
Oh yeah, mine too.
What is this all about, man? Like because I know you're more than football.
I've been involved in businesses. When I got done with football, I got involved with the Ford Motor Corporation. All right, I went to school for 3 years to learn how to run car dealerships.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So you
came out with
still
a
have
degree.
dealerships?
No, I don't have a dealership now.
Okay.
The cheesecake though.
Oh, getting back to cheesecake.
Yeah.
Speaking of
the
cheesecake.
Well, I love the leadership because, like I said, it's connected to the book, and that's what we both do.
We're a cheesecake business, man. My family came up. We did a lot of things. My family did a lot of things. My grandmother was a baker. My sister became very good at it, and then my brother, he took it on and just perfected this thing to the point.
What's
it was
the name
already
of the
good.
cheesecake?
The name of the cheesecake business was Unforgettable Sweets. Okay.
You still have it?
No, don't have a cheesecake business anymore. What? I'm doing a whole lot of other things. I'm reading books and writing books. You're
a busy man.
All the businesses work.
Yeah.
Okay, and I share this with people all the time. People say, "Oh, do this one. I want to get the right thing, right there." Hey, the right thing is in your hands. You've been blessed with it already. Go work it.
Yeah.
Go work it. I don't care if it's dumping trash somewhere. Go work it.
Yeah.
Okay. Work what you have. Not everybody is going to become a multi-millionaire. You stick with it long enough, you can be. Yeah. You learn how to partner with people, learn how to do some other things. But get back to cheesecake. I have a sweet potato cheesecake that will knock your socks off.
Man, I'm ready for my socks to be knocked off.
Everybody that tastes, I got guys right now talking about taking orders. I said, man, I'm not in the cheesecake business.
Next time you come through, we need to get you in this kitchen making that cheese. We have a kitchen
what I said
in there.
I was going to do. I know I was in there.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is Thanksgiving's coming up. Dad's coming up. We're having my sister, my family.
Oh, man, y'all going to make some of that.
My daughter who's in college and her boyfriend said, hey, your dad's coming up. Is he bringing in those sweet potato cheesecakes? Because he had some when my dad went down there for her graduation.
I'm going to have to try to add that. You know, I make, and I bring it to the station for the holidays because people ask me for a cream cheese pound cake.
Okay.
And so I'm going to have to add some sweet potato to that.
Okay.
Just to see how that tastes.
You can play with it, but again, it's a blend that I do. Once you get it, you got it.
Man,
once you get it, you got it. You
say sweet potato, anything.
Sweet potato cheese.
I'm crashing.
It's wonderful.
It's smooth, man. It's smooth. It really is. It's really smooth and tasty.
And when you warm it, it's even better.
It's even better. It enhances the flavor.
What is the
You
holidays?
can't warm normally cheesecake. Okay, because all of them break down. They'll break down.
Yeah.
But the sweet potato one, if you nuke it, it doesn't break down.
Yeah.
It enhances the flavor.
Yeah. I can see that. What about on the other end of that? Like a cream cheese pound cake, it's so moist in the middle that if you put it in the freezer and you have it, you cut it into little pieces and have it like you're going to have it with a coffee in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
It's still soft in the middle.
Yeah.
So I would imagine like if you put that in the freezer, I bet it'd be the same way.
We used to wholesale. I was selling them to restaurants in Pittsburgh, all over the place. We were shipping them all the way up to Maine.
Oh, man.
Freeze them. Okay. Set them out for a little while. They thaw down. Room temperature is the best way to serve cheesecake. Room temperature.
Yeah.
Okay. When it's too cold, it's just like trying to eat something with a lot of hot sauce on it. You know.
It's too good. It's too much. Yeah, it's
no
overwhelming.
flavor. It's all hot. You know. Once your taste buds die, once you kill them one time, then it's nothing. Everything tastes the same after that.
Man, what is the holiday season like for you all? Because I mean, like. You all this fame you have from football, then it allowed you to go into all these different avenues. Your son is there for the ride. What is the holiday season like for you all, man?
Right now, it's so different now because everybody, my kids were like me. Okay, I had to leave home to go to college.
Yeah,
I had to leave college to go to the job. Okay,
right.
Now they grow up. You know, at home when we were at home when everybody was together, we had great Christmases.
Oh, but everybody's spread out.
Everybody's spread out now.
Yeah.
I'm living in Florida. He's living in New York. Mm-hmm. I mean, he gets offers all the time. You know, he's the vice president. Okay, but he gets other things open up for him.
Yeah.
Different places and interviewing with other schools. other community programs all over. So he's moving. My other son is strength and conditioning director. He started with Coach Tony Dungy. We were roommates.
Oh, wow, okay.
I got him hooked up with the Indianapolis coach, and then after that,
you and Dungy were roommates?
Oh, yeah.
I had him do this. He did a sports office with us back when we were just online. Yeah. Before, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were early on, the first when we broke camp.
Okay.
Tony and I were rookies together.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
We came to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the same time, and then he left and started coaching, doing some coaching someplace else, and then came back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And now he was we were both on the defense.
Wow.
We went from both being on the defense to Tony coming back to being the secondary coach to becoming the defensive coordinator. So he became my coach.
Man,
before I retired.
So this is a story that we're going to have to get into more next time we have you come through, man.
Yeah, we can do it.
Because we are out of time.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about you guys, and I got to get some sweet potato cream.
Oh, you got to do that.
Cheesecake, man.
You got to have more time for the Colts.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. We can do. We can put something together right around Christmas, or right after Christmas, because I'm supposed to be trying to get back here for the New Mexico Bowl.
Okay.
If I come back from the New Mexico Bowl, we'll do it on one of those shows on one of those mornings. I'll stay extra couple of days, and we had to have that set up for New Year's. This is a New Year thing that we'll do, and we'll do that.
You guys heard it.
Put it together.
Great football player, two-time Super Bowl champion Robin Cole, his son, Dr. Robin Cole Jr. Thank you guys. Fernando Perez behind the controls. Yeah. We'll see you all next time.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Appreciate it.